You think a cyber attack won't hit your business? Well, think again. Here's an example, one of many, from a company in California, a company called Prospect Medical Holdings, had devices shut down and others were forced to rely on paper records. This is a medical company, was attacked by cyber ransomware attackers. And they own more than a dozen hospitals in many states, operates 160 clinics. The attack disrupted operations and is a firm reminder that cybersecurity threats pose a real risk for healthcare. Now, one of the things that you want to do to prevent this is, first of all, have constant monitoring. You may not have an IT department, you may not have that depth of coverage, but there are ways of obtaining this monitoring through different insurance policies, holistic insurance policies. In addition, as soon as there's any evidence or notification that one of these events is happening, you want to take action right away. Here's why. Many of these attacks happen over the course of weeks or months. The hackers that got into the system probably got into the system many months before they launched their attack. Monitoring can find this intrusion. Many times the hackers get in, they monitor email, they monitor activity, they gather data, they gather records over time, and then launch their attack. If you can catch this intrusion when it happens and thwart the collection of data to prevent the intrusion on different email addresses, you can keep the attack from happening altogether. If the attack starts and you have a partner, a cyber defense partner, that you notify right away, they can step in and even try to catch it then. And then, of course, if it does turn into something full blown, you need to have capital to pay for this. These attacks sometimes cost $500,000 to $1 million worth of damages. There's contractual notifications required. Sometimes there's governmental intervention where you have to notify everybody in your network and provide credit monitoring and other types of forensics. So you want to make sure that you're aware as a company. It can happen to anybody. This is a healthcare company. It can happen to builders, general contractors, accountants, attorneys, any professional services type corporation could be vulnerable to these types of attacks. So make sure that you look at this loss as relative to other types of losses your business could incur, fire, theft, lawsuits, that kind of thing, and have the appropriate defense coverages available so it's not a deal breaker. It's not a fatal event where your company has to go out of business. There's an example of another company that had to auction off their assets to pay for the losses for a cyber attack.